Alright, how's it going, everybody? It has been a while since I made a video, and I decided it's time for a big old update. Kind of dialing back on all the other social media lately just because I've been busy, but I'm hoping to kind of get back into the swing of things with YouTube and start posting on here more. So we're going to start with a big old update video. Not really going to go over what all I've owned in between the last video and now. It's just a whole mess and stuff. But we'll get caught up on what all I've got going on right now. That way you guys know where we're at on future videos, because I do plan on posting again here soon. But start out with, we got this Case 600. Not a whole lot to say about it. I picked it up for cheap on Marketplace. It's in pretty horrible shape, as you can see. I brush hogged about 4 acres with it and ended up the generator locked up on it and started smoking the belts off of it. So that's where it's at since then. I haven't had time to fix it yet. Next up, we got the H. This has been around in videos, I believe. This tractor drives fine, except it's got an M&W 9-speed. And for whatever reason, it's stuck in the high range. It won't shift to low. This tractor's kind of just been a toy because of that. It kicks up your PTO RPM when it's stuck in high range, so there's not much we can do with it in terms of usefulness. But I've got my eye on another 9-speed right now that we might be looking at soon. So we'll kind of have to see what conspires there. If I can get a hold of it, this one will definitely get sold. And then we got this 2010. Picked this one up less than a month ago, I think. Pretty well how you see it. Haven't done a whole lot to it. Got it for a steal. I had a buggy top on it for the tractor show I was at this weekend. Got a brand new seat on it. New muffler that my paint's already coming off of, and then wet sand and clear coat. This thing just runs dang good though. Just fires right up, idle's nice. Not a whole lot to say about it. It was really out of time when I got it. I had to tune the carb some. Old guy just used it for brush hogging barn lots before I got it. But it's been a pretty good tractor so far. I think I'll probably keep it around for raking hay or something. Over here we've got the Dodge. I don't think this was around in my last video either. This is a 67 Power Wagon. 4-wheel drive. It was a lime spreading truck for the mill here in my town. I do have that badge. It just fell off since I've owned it. I plan to get this one going again. It's got no title right now, but I've got a parts truck for it, which is pretty well used up. In fact, that's the frame off the parts truck. I've got the cab up by the yard. This is one of the doors off the parts truck because this one was all caved in. But yeah, 318. It's got twin stick transfer case. Fun little toy. I need to get around to it, but I've been caught up with other things all summer, so it really honestly maybe a few years before I get this one ready to go down the road. Back up here close to the yard, got my buddy's scrap trailer hooked up, so we're gonna haul off a bunch of this junk I've had out here. Here's that cab I'm talking about. That's parts for that other truck. Here we got a 184 International. I just got this one about a week ago. It starts and runs really good too. We'll see if it'll fire up. It's pretty cold-blooded. Really nice and quiet. Starter does stick. Forgot about that. But this one might already be sold. I've got the belly mower for it. I do make new grill screens for these, so it'll probably get one of them. But I thought about keeping it around, but I've got my eye on something else, so I'll probably sell this and make a little bit of money on it and put that towards something else. That's one of my brother's four-wheelers. Old case, Eagle Hitch sickle bar here. This one's going to a friend of mine. It needs quite a bit of work. Then the red truck, I got this earlier this summer. It's a heavy half, just got its pull trailers. It came from up north and it has got some damage, so that frame up there from the parts Dodge, I'll be using it to weld in and fix the frame on this truck and put it back on the road. I've got all new leaf spring hangers, shock mounts. I'll be getting gas tank straps, U-bolts, pretty much everything important for the rear end. In the first building is where we kept all the garden tractors. Bunch of old K-Series Kohlers, K90s, parts. Got my brother's 856, my brother's 140. That's one that I used to own. Dad's 856, Dad's 10. My brother got that little generator at a show last week. And some wheel horse weights. That's the buggy top off of the 2010. And there's a few more wheel horses back there. So yeah, this is what we've got in here. Really hasn't changed much probably since the last video. Stuff gets moved around, but about the same contents in here. Now this here is another one I didn't have yet. That's my four-wheeler in the way. This is a Farmall C. If I remember right, it's first 1 or 2 months of production based off the serial number. It sat outside for a large part of its life and was seized up to the point of being really bad. So it's all torn down right now. It's gonna get sleeves whenever I've got time for it and put back together. I've got the head in the shop right now. Same with the gas tank, but mechanically this thing's in pretty good shape. I mean, it's got some wear on the pedals, but the brakes are nice and not out of adjustment, and they're even, they're not lopsided with each other. Still got all the set screws up here. So the really ragged out 3-point I put on there off of another tractor. But it's actually in pretty good shape, at least the rear end is. The clutch is good. I know that from when we tried dragging it around to start it. So yeah, that'll be one that I'll be putting the motor back together on. Maybe this winter, we'll see what happens with time. Got the Cub 100, you guys have seen that one, it's still around. It's the only garden tractor that I haven't sold. All the ones you'll see here are Dad's or my brother's. That's one of my brother's tractors. His square body, you can't see under the tarp. It's got the motor out of it, which you'll see in just a second. And as soon as we get into here, we find the motor and a couple wheel horses. Now, it's a pretty big mess in here right now still. That's my one Snap-on stack. I got this little box here I keep parts in. That's the head and some of the parts out of that C. Got them all up on the bench. I had just the head up here, and then everyone else kind of threw the rest of my stuff over here when we were moving stuff in here, and that's how it's sat right now. But all them valves have been out and lapped in the head, and everything's been cleaned up on it, so it's all ready to go. But yeah, that's about all that we've got here at the house. To fill you guys the rest of the way in, I've got 2 other tractors right now, and here in a second I'll stop the video and put pictures of them in. One of them is a 504. I picked it up to do hay with down here, hopefully. It's still up north of me at another guy's house. I just did a head gasket on it the other day, and it's pretty much ready to go. I need to clean the fuel tank out because it gets plugged up every once in a while, but it's a pretty good tractor. And then the other one I've got up there is a David Brown case 995 with a loader and canopy on it, diesel 4-cylinder, and that one's totally locked up right now. So that one's kind of up in the air what'll happen with it. I don't plan on keeping it, but I don't know right now if it'll get running and sold or if it'll just get parted out. But I keep those tractors up there. I do a little bit of work for a guy up there that works on a lot of other old Internationals. So you guys might start seeing some video clips from stuff I do up there. I work on a lot of bigger stuff up there. So who knows, we might make some videos about that. It's been in talks, but I don't know. just see what we had going at the time. I've been working my butt off lately, so I haven't been on any social media, but as kind of wind down into winter here, I'd like to start making videos again. YouTube's been the one thing I kind of never did a good job of getting consistent with, and I'd like to start making some more long format videos on here. So with that being said, that's where we sit right now. The projects are kind of all clustered. As far as the trucks, that red truck will come first and then the Dodge will come after. As far as tractors, it's kind of one gets in the way of another, and as soon as I've got one at the top of the list, I buy something else. So it kind of, we'll see how we keep up with it. But yeah, that's my intro for some new videos I'm gonna hopefully make. So we're gonna kind of go from here, but that's the update. Hopefully this wasn't too clustered, and look forward to some more videos coming out soon. I've got a lot of stuff around here I could film if I had the time to, so I'm gonna try and start making a point to do that more.